What's up, guys? Rapsky here, coming at you another Halo MCC video. So Season 7 Elite is now out, and we got a lot of cool new stuff coming into the game this season. 2 new maps from Halo Online are coming into matchmaking for Halo 3. New Elite armors, sword skins, and tech suits for Halo 3. The Champions bundle armors from Halo 4 are finally making it into the game, plus some cool new armor effects we haven't seen before. And the Keystone, or the Mark 7 helmet from Halo Infinite, is coming into Halo 4. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to unlock everything in MCC Season 7 in the fastest way possible. And be sure to hit like and subscribe on the video. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subs before the Halo Infinite flight this summer. But without further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing we're going to do is actually unlock the stuff that's in the exchange. As the season progresses, new items will be rotated in and out of the exchange, but for now, you can unlock the Light of Jory Energy Sword skin for Halo 3. It's for 3 season points. It's like a yellow energy sword skin there. The Gen 2 Burnt Ground tech suit for Halo 3. It's about 4 season points. It looks like a brown undersuit. The Keystone helmet for Halo 4, which is based actually off of the Mark 7 helmet in Halo Infinite. It looks pretty damn good, and hopefully we can see this helmet come to other games in MCC in the future. So the next thing we're going to do is actually unlock all 100 items for Season 7 under Options and Career. This is where you'll unlock everything that's not exclusive to the exchange or tied to the seasonal challenges. And we'll talk more about the seasonal challenges here in just a bit. So this is going to be everything like the Energy Sword skins and Elite armor sets for Halo 3, the new Champion bundle armor sets, and the new armor effects for Halo 4, the new nameplates, and everything else. Each of these items are worth 1 season point each. I've actually saved up around 130 season points from the previous season, so I can actually just use them to unlock everything in Season 7 pretty much immediately. If you don't already have 100 season points or more, you can earn them by getting XP and ranking up in matchmaking, and by completing the weekly PvP, PvE, and the seasonal challenges, which we'll talk about now. So for the purposes of this video, we are actually only going to be discussing the seasonal challenges that will actually unlock you items for Season 7. So that's going to be Pixel Perfect, Elite Swordplay, and Nightcrawler. Now for each of these challenges to unlock, you have to first complete 2 other challenges to complete them. So for Pixel Perfect, that's actually going to net you the Pixel Battle Rifle skin for Halo 4. And in order to complete this challenge, you have to complete Brain Burst and Quattro King. For the Brain Burst challenge, you have to get 500 headshots in match-made games. And these are headshots specifically with the BR, so that's H2C, H2A, Halo 3, and Halo 4. So the best way to complete this one is to, of course, just jump into SWAT with any of those games, and you'll get your 500 headshots. The next challenge is the Quattro King. That is 15 ranked wins in Halo 4. Now, good luck with this one, because the only ranked Halo 4 playlist is Squad Battle, and that's a 6v6 playlist, so it's kind of a mix of BTB and arena-style gameplay. I'd recommend going in with a team as soon as possible to get this challenge done, because it's a mixed bag of super sweaty teams, and then you have the players who don't even seem to know how to pronounce the word Halo. Plus, this playlist has kind of been dead for a while since the challenge from a previous season has expired, so once everyone gets that challenge done, they pretty much evacuate the premises as soon as possible, and that playlist is more than likely just going to go right back to being dead. So that's what you got to do for Pixel Perfect, Brain Burst, and Quattro King, and then you have netted yourself the Pixel Battle Rifle skin for Halo 4. So the next challenge is going to be the Elite Swordplay, which will earn you the Evocati's Edge Energy Sword skin, which is the white sword skin. So in order to unlock this challenge, you have to first complete Nice Slice and Keep Killer challenges. For Nice Slice, you have to earn 343 points with the Energy Sword, where campaign kills on Heroic or harder are worth 1 point, and Spartan kills in multiplayer are worth 10. So big shout out to the boys Patman Gaming and Gold Ninja Jimbo for finding the best way to complete this challenge. They created a custom game type where you can get the sword kills you need super quickly. Everyone in the lobby spawns on top mid with swords on the new map Edge, where you can take turns killing each other with a sword and get this challenge out of the way. It took me about 10 minutes to do it with this method. Just be sure to stab your friends in the back to unlock the Caesar Dressing seasonal challenge as well, and I'll go over what that means here in just a sec. So I'll actually have Patman's video in the description with a timestamp going over the process and how to get this game type for yourself. If you're on console and you don't have any friends online to do this with, you can just plug in another controller and kill the second player in split screen. If you're on PC and you don't have a console or any friends online, unfortunately, the only way to do this is through matchmaking or campaign. Of those two options, I probably recommend playing the Halo 2 mission Heretic on Heroic to get this challenge done, worst case scenario. So the next challenge is the Keep Killer Challenge, and this is kill 500 high-ranking elites in campaign or Spartan op missions on normal or harder. And again, big shout out to the boys for this method. We put our heads together to find the quickest method, and there may be a faster way to do this, but we were all able to do this in roughly about 10 to 15 minutes. So what you want to do is actually load up the mission Nightfall on Heroic difficulty on Halo Reach, and just follow the pathway here and quietly take out the elite and the two grunts that are here. And you want to be quick about it too, because if you don't actually do this quick enough, the rangers that we're going to see here in a second are going to actually jump over and get out of the way. Now you'll notice that I'm meleeing and jumping here to prevent a checkpoint from loading until I stop and scope in, and you'll see the checkpoint done there. Now where I'm looking at right here are actually 4 ranger elites, and those do actually count as high ranking elites for this challenge. But what you can do is actually just stand here by this rock and just scope in and shoot them. And what you want to do is just basically keep reloading that checkpoint over and over and over again, and you'll get your challenge done in, like I said, about 10 to 15 minutes. So once you get your 500 kills here, you have now completed both challenges needed for the Elite Swordplay Seasonal Challenge, and you will have unlocked the Evocati's Edge Energy Sword skin. Sick! So lastly, we have the Nightcrawler Seasonal Challenge, and this will unlock the Gen 2 Tinted Smoke Tech Suit for Halo 3. Now for this challenge, you need to first complete both Bedtime Stories and Caesar Dressing. For Caesar Dressing, you have to get 343 assassination kills. In campaign, you must be on Heroic or harder. Now this one we actually mentioned earlier, and you can actually get it at the same exact time you get the Nice Slice Challenge, and all you got to do is stab your friends in the back. It's as easy as that. So finally, the last challenge that we have for today is Bedtime Stories. And for this, you have to complete 7 night missions in campaign on Heroic or harder. For this, there are 2 missions that I recommend that you run. The first is Floodgate on Halo 3, and the second is Nightfall on Halo Reach. Both of these missions you can actually complete in roughly around 5 minutes. So for the first one here that we're looking at is Floodgate on Halo 3. So as you make your way down the hill and you make your way past the flood that actually drops the skull here on the mission, you can actually pick up a brute hammer off of one of the fallen chieftains. That is going to make your life way easier when you're running this missions. Now there are a couple of RNG elements to this mission, but if you get the right ones, it is an actual breeze, and I can actually get it done in about 4.5 minutes really if you have a good run. So I threw a grenade right there, but you really don't even have to do that. You can just run right past those guys and walk into this room. Now as you drop down here, I typically do throw a grenade just to get those guys off of me initially. And when you get in here, you pretty much want to play this like Doom. Just don't stop moving. If you do stop, you're pretty much going to die here. You can actually use the gravity hammer to just obliterate a whole bunch of flood at once if they get too close to you. But like I said, if you keep moving, you should be fine. So coming into this room here with the bridge, you can just throw a grenade at the ground here to blow up a whole bunch of these flood. And again, if they do get too close to you, just use your gravity hammer to just swat them out of the way. So you can actually just walk under the bridge, jump up on the crate, and you're right up here. You can actually walk through this wall as well. For the longest time, I thought that was a wall, but it's actually glass, and you can just walk right through it. So you get the Cortana thing here, which is a bit annoying that it slows you down. But again, here with the gravity hammer in this tight hallway, just 2 swats, and you can pretty much get rid of all of those guys in there. Now, as we make our way into the room here with the Marine, who's all upset that his squad died because the flood took them all out, you're going to come outside on this walkway, and you're going to have a cutscene that plays right as you walk up here. You can actually just quickly skip that and get right back into the game. Now for this part here, it can be a little bit tricky, but for now what you want to do is actually just keep on this walkway, just keep walking straight ahead. Do not jump down there because there are a ton of enemies until you get right at the end of the walkway here and you can jump down. But the flood are a lot of times just preoccupied with the elites that are fighting them there behind you. So as you make your way here on your right, this rock can be a little bit trippy. The geometry is kind of weird. But just do a couple of crouch jumps and you can get right up here where this crate is at. And again, just kind of stay over here to the right. Throw a grenade to take care of all these flood that are going to spawn here. There's 2 of the carriers that will actually explode, and they will kill most of the flood that are over there with them. In this hallway, if you actually use your BR, you can, if you shoot the red tentacles that are coming out of the flood, that is an actual instant kill for them. So as long as you can hit that, you're good. But jump up to this walkway to the left and really just keep hugging the left here. Just keep on moving. They're going to be shooting at you, but as long as you're moving, you should be fine. Drop down here, keep hugging the left. And as you make your way out here, there is a flood that is stuck up on the wall on that crate there. Just hit him, melee him once, and that is an instant kill for that variant of the flood. Here, you can really just stay quiet. This is kind of an RNG area here. This is really the area that really trips people up the most. If you do get bad RNG here, it is really tough. Again, just keep hugging the left here. Jump on this destroyed part of High Charity here, and then make your way up this ramp. You can use the trip mine to take care of a lot of the flood. Here, you can get shot in the back a lot of times. If you just turn around and start shooting them, you can get them off of you. But as soon as you jump your way in here, you're pretty much good to go. You're home free. Now, there are a couple of slow down areas where the grave mine will start talking to you. And again, I really hate this with Halo 3, but once you get through this area, there's really no more enemies. You just got to walk your way up here and get Cortana, and that is the end of the mission, and you can get this done in less than 5 minutes. The second mission that I recommend is Nightfall. Now, this one is another quick one. The only thing that I really have a gripe with this mission is there is a skip later on that I will show you that is kind of tricky. And but if you can get it down, this is also an excellent mission to run. So as you start the mission, of course, you'll go ahead and actually quietly take out the elite and the 2 grunts there. You'll, of course, recognize this from earlier in the video where we actually sniped 500 elites at this rock right here. So instead of worrying about the checkpoint, we're just going to jump out here to the right and hug the wall right here. And as you come up to this building, jump onto the balcony here and just sprint your way around. Keep hugging the right. You may get shot here, but as long as you're moving, you're good. So once you make your way there, come into this little area. Now, as you come into this area right here, this one is a bit tricky. The enemies that are up there to the right can pretty much wipe you out almost instantly if you get bad RNG. But just keep on moving. You can turn around and shoot them if you need to, just to get them off of you. The grunt and the jackal right there, you can punch them if you're kind of weak right there. But more than likely, you're going to be fine on heroic. So this area here with the giant creatures, again, this is a bit of an RNG area. Sometimes they do take notice of you and they can one-shot you if you're not careful, but a lot of times they're just preoccupied with the Covenant. So as long as you keep moving, just go, go, go. That's the theme of this. We're trying to get this done in less than 5 minutes or somewhere around it. So once you make your way past the giant rancors back there, you'll jump down in this valley with these MOA. Just kind of hug the left wall here, and you're going to come out into an opening where you're going to hear some Marines and some civilians that need your help, but we're just going to let all of them die and run straight past them because that's what Spartans do. Just do a quick crouch jump right here, and you can get up on this ledge. Keep hugging the left and sprint away to let everyone die behind you as they scream out in pain. But it's all good because we're just trying to get this done as quickly as possible. So again, we're just going to keep sprinting down yet another valley. We're going to see some MOA pop up here. Pretty interesting here. You can see it drop down and then they just boop, disappear. And so that's what wildlife do on Reach. It's pretty interesting the way that they function here. So we're going to just keep on sprinting, and we're going to come up to an area where the tricky part is, but we'll show you that here in just a second. So as you come up on this ridge, keep going down here. Do not fire any weapons. Want to stay as silent as possible, and I'm going to show you why here in just a second. So as you turn this corner here and see the bridge, there's going to be an elite and some grunts. Now here I thought I was hidden, but the elite does see me, and all hell breaks loose. And so this is pretty much game over, so you need to restart and go back to the last checkpoint. So this is back in the valley right after we let all those people die. I'm actually going to skip it back to what you want to see as you're coming to the bridge here. So as we come up on it here, we want to make sure where the elite is looking. So make sure that he's actually looking over to the right and not the left. That's where I messed up the first time. So once you do that, just back smack him and take care of all the grunts here. And now we come to the tricky part. This is kind of weird and it's very precise, and you need to get this done pretty quickly, because if you take too long here, then the enemies are going to be aware that you're there, and then you have to restart the checkpoint again. So what you can do is actually a pretty cool skip. You have to actually line up the forklift and your head essentially with the crack in the middle of the door. And if you do that, you can actually jump through the door and skip the entire next part of the level. Now, if the enemies do take notice of you and start shooting you, you might as well go ahead and restart the checkpoint and try it again, because in this area right here, the enemies will actually be spawned. So as you can see right now, there are no enemies in this area, and this is actually a pretty tough encounter if you do have to fight them. So the fact that there are none here makes this an actual breeze. You literally just run to the end of the level, and that's pretty much it for Nightfall. So you can take your pick of either of these two missions and just run them 6 more times to complete Bedtime Stories and in turn the Nightcrawler Seasonal Challenge. And there you have it, the fastest way to unlock everything in MCC Season 7. So if you made it this far into the video and you haven't done so already, be sure to hit like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs before the Infinite Flight this summer. If we can hit that goal, that'd be amazing. Let me know if this video helped you out at all down in the comments, and I'll see you all next time. Rapscallion out.